Welcome back to part 2 of the Docks project. Let's get building! Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for the support on the Docks project part 1. Today we're going to do a little bit more building, but before we do that we'll get into the build menu and we'll fix up and finish off this building in front of us. Essentially, when you left us the last time, we'd finished our struggle with the roof on this building, and so we really just need to get the finishing touches done and then we'll move on to doing something else. So what I want to do is I want to block this window up, so I need to find the right length. That's close to it, and I think I will put this on the inside rather than the outside of the wall, so you can still see this definition of the window through the board. So just put 2 in there to block it all up, just like that. Perfect. And then let's run upstairs. So I'm eating a British delicacy called a cola cube. You can see the roof is all fixed, even though I took apart and I fixed that all up. I'm not going to bore you. We had enough of the roof last time round. So I'm just going to put a couple of railings in here and then we can move on and build some new stuff using Snappy House kits as usual. They have these lovely balcony railings here, and there's a few to choose from. So I'm going to put one of each on there so it looks like it's complete. Oh, hang on. Try that again. Yep, cool. And then there's one with 2. There we go, and that should do that for now. Okay, all good. Big space up here to play with. That isn't quite long enough, that railing, but we're not going to worry about it in the big scheme of things. Now, what next? So this building in front of us is going to be a general store come supermarket. I'm not quite sure yet, so we'll just define it a little bit more by putting a few things in here. The good old diner counter as opposed to the Geiger counter. So we're going to scale this up just a fraction, because if you remember the last time we were here, we actually scaled these arches down. So these are a little bit wider, so we'll do the same to this one. Scale it up a little bit so it fits a little bit nicer. There we go, and just plop it in there. Jumbo sized counters, there we go. And we'll just straighten that one up a little bit. All good, all good. And I'm going to put a few more of these counters in coming towards me, and then we can move on to the next part of the build. Nice. So far so good. Run away, run back. Okay, so I'm just figuring out what I want to do here and where I want to build, and I do this a bit. If you've watched my videos before, I'm just trying to figure out what's next. And you can see the roof is looking lovely now. Fixed that all up. Thank goodness for that. That was quite the project. So there is these. Now, I think in the furniture menu there's actually some more of those that all snap together. Here we go. Lots of little bits here that we can use, because what I want to do essentially is have a counter coming this way. Yep, just drop a couple in there, slide it in and persuade it into place. There we go. Get it straight. It's probably squint now, which I think it is, but never mind. And these should then snap onto each other. There we go. Do the same on the other side. It's like 2 defined counters, and there is this curved bit. There we go, like that. Nice. So we can do something fairly smick with that. No problem whatsoever. Cool. So jumping ahead a little bit, you can see I've added a whole lot of bits and pieces in here. And we'll dress that up a little bit later. We really just want to concentrate on building. Obviously I'm still not happy with the way this looks. Push it across a bit. You just take your time to define this area here. I like these. These are good. I haven't used them a lot, I must admit, but they're excellent for this kind of overall look. There we go. So it got a little bit dark. We had a little bit of a sleep, so it's early morning now. And you can see there's a building at the end of the pier, which I didn't build. It's actually a prefab and pre-made building, which I'm going to remove. I just wanted to see whether it would work at the end of the pier like that. And we're actually going to build our own, very similar to that. And essentially what my idea here is to build a kind of fish drying or smoking room at the end of the pier. And then we will move the pier down to the another level in front of us. So we'll drop it down and then continue along that piece of water in front of us. It just takes me a bit of time to find the right piece of floor for this, and but I have a good idea what I want to do. I'll put one along there like that, and then we're going to use these other floors. Essentially, there you go. Put a railing on there. See, I'm outside the boundary here, so what I have to do is I have to drop it down and use place anywhere just to persuade it into place, just like that. The anti-shimmer, yep. And then we're going to build a base in front of us here. Pretty straightforward, this particular build. So you can see I've just got to block that up because of the first one was just a half kind of floor. And I'm going to balance, just figuring out how to balance that up. So I'm going to balance it up just like that, and then that will act as the platform to go down onto the next level below. So we're just going to drop these floors in as we need them now. There we go, 1, 2, 3, done. And you can see that's solved a problem, because that floor was going to be a problem for me then, because I had 2 half floors together. And we will put some kind of stairway down there. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to use Port Royal, and Port Royal comes with these wonderful boat houses. I just love the look of these. They're so unique, and they can be, what I find with them, you can make them into several different things, and they all kind of fit into this theme that we're looking for. So we're going to leave a little space down there because we're going to put something to our left. Put a couple of windows in. I'm going to extend that this way apparently. Yep, okay, nice, okay. You can see this is all it's all been figured out on the run, and so we'll just block this up essentially. If you haven't tried the Port Royal mod, it comes with the Master Plan series, so check it out. It's a great little mod. It has a lot of different things, a lot of really neat stuff to play around with. Chuck a roof on. If I can figure out which one I want to use, probably that one there, and I'll probably want to run it that away. Yep, that's it. One on the other side. These are clipping in nicely. There we go, and there we go. Cool. And it has these lovely little pieces that it provides. Not that one. We'll find them. Come on. Where are these ones? Next one. That's it. There they are. And they just snap straight into place. Love them. And you actually don't need. Uniquely they snap in the. You only need one piece, whereas with the warehouse piece you need a separate for each side. See? There we go. Nice. And they come with windows, a whole range of different windows that you can put in here. Can't actually see through them, but they look good. So okay, so that's left a natural. That's left me a natural void there now. So I think I'll put a set of stairs down there, if I can remember what mod I'm in. And essentially with this build, I'm using predominantly 3 different mods, so that's where it gets a little bit confusing. They all have coastal items in them, but some have things that I can use and some have items that are missing, etc. So the 3 mods that I essentially use are Workshop Rearranged, G2M mod, and G2M, the mod author of G2M, has actually updated that a little while ago now. He stopped updating it, so I'll probably need to do a mod review update video all the changes, because since he's updated his mod, it's hard to find anything. And the 3rd mod I'm using is obviously Port Royal from the Master Plan series. There we go. Okay, cool. So we will put a whole section down in there. Now that's a bed I'm using just when it gets dark and stuff, so I can sleep. So you don't have to worry about that too much, so I don't have to leave this immediate area. Okay, so the next building I want to build in here is a kind of warehouse type building with a slight different look about it. I've been wanting to do a building like this for a while, this actual design, and so this is the first time I've actually tried it. Unfortunately, I thought I would get more space on the boardwalk here. That hasn't been the case, unfortunately. I would have liked this to be wider, and I have recently downloaded Settlement Borders Extended, just done a mod review on that, which essentially will be up on the channel tomorrow. In fact, it's included in a settlement mod extravaganza. And essentially I've looked at 5 different mods that I think make life a lot easier when you're building settlements. And in fact, I finished the video and realised I'd missed another particular mod out. Anyway, take a look at that if you have some time. I would appreciate that. It's been a while since I've done a mod review, and they're always reasonably popular. So coming back to what I was saying, I'd have liked this boardwalk to be a bit wider, for because this building's very narrow. However, I think when you see the finished building, it actually works as a narrow building. So here we go. We'll just work with the space we've got. I can now, obviously, because I have a mod installed, I can actually work outside the border, but I'm just going to leave it as is for now. And we are going to put a couple of columns here, like that, and this is going to be a little working area under there, little storage working area under there. And then now we need to build upwards. It's always a good challenge to put stairs and roofs on anything. Put one in there, like that. Get a set of stairs. Whereas is pretty good. It's pretty simple to work with. I'm going to get up there because there's a floor in the way. Get rid of that. There we go. And this is the best way I've found of doing stairs, is put it in first and then just work all the pieces around it. Just like that. Drop another floor in there. Cool. That all works. I do like the look of that, and when we get an upper level, it's going to look even better. Okay, cool. So this is really starting to come together now. It's actually, there's a nice look about it starting to emerge, which I'm pretty happy about. Use these long pieces here. I'll put a couple of windows there. And this essentially will become an office upstairs and a little bit of a warehouse downstairs. That's kind of the vision I have. There we go. Yep, there we go. Warehouse works well in this kind of build, this kind of docks build, because if you wander around the Commonwealth for a while, you'll realise that there are a number of these kind of warehouses and holding areas in a number of locations around the place. So I'm doing my usual trick here with these half walls, and there is a reason for that. I'm going to put some long windows in here just to let a little bit of light into the office upstairs. There we go. Get these for the greenhouse tab. It's essentially where workshop rearranged. It has these long windows for me, which I love. Workshop rearranged. I know the mod author has been working on some updates recently. I'm itching to get my hands on those if he's listening. I've got a couple of roofs on here now. I'm just going to use these ones because it's a single level, and these will just work perfectly. There we go. And there should be one that has two open ends. We'll just drop that in the center there. There we go. Now, as you can see, I'm like, hang on, that's not right. There's something wrong with the roof. What's going on? And essentially, I haven't put one along from one end, and I'm like, yeah, no, that can't be right. Me and roofs, we have a history. You can almost see me thinking, and I'm like, yeah, no, it's hanging over that end. Okay, back upstairs, pull the roof all the way back the other way. There we go. Come on, there we go. Push that across, push that across, and push that across. Good, we're done. Yay! He's a winner. It's always a good idea just to take a run outside, have a look at how this is all looking now from afar, and then make any adjustments as needed. So that window for me is just a little bit too much. So we're going to swap that out. Let's break up that just a little bit more. Here we go. It's better. Quite a long, tall building, but I think if you've ever been on a docks or had anything to do with that kind of environment, it perfectly suits the overall look that I'm going for. So I like that a lot. So I'm going to put a couple of railings in here. I tried these to start with. I think I end up going with the railings for the concrete tab in the end, because these just doesn't want to snap. Look at this. But you know, it takes you a while to even though I've been building for a while, it takes me a while to go, you know, and I was going to need a bit for the little part there. I might as well just use these. There we go. These are very forgiving, and it all kind of works with the kind of corrugated iron and steel and the columns and everything. So we'll make this into a little office upstairs, administration office, and this will be a little holding warehouse, and then we'll store some stuff under there. So that's it for today. We made some great progress. Join us in part 3, and we'll just continue to build the rest of the pier and finish phase 1. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.